All right, let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it.
Let's do this.
Yo, bro. So today we got a very, 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 very special guest. I lost my fucking podcast virginity to being a guest on his show. Now he's coming through over here, coming through, getting it done. This is my boy Gio.
What's up? What up? What up? You guys, you don't have to have me up this much, bro, because I'm just like a regular ass guy. But
You feel me?
I appreciate
Hell
you.
no. This is one of the very, very, he doesn't give himself enough credit, but very creative person that I really genuinely fuck with. And it's not even because we're like the best of homies. You feel me? Like
It's a trip, huh? Like,
yeah.
I find it weird sometimes how I find like a lot of my inspiration mostly too off people that I'm not like super close with. Like I'm not
Exactly.
like they're not my close friends or best friends. I do find inspiration off my best friends sometimes, but like a lot of times it's like what people are doing that like outside of that realm, that kind of makes me like either inspired or like makes me want to do more. Like this, for example. Like
Exactly.
when I seen you guys post the podcast, I was like, dude, this shit's tight. Like the way you guys did the editing and everything, like your feel for it is like different than my feel.
Yeah.
But I love it, And then I was like, I could either think about this two ways, right? Like I could be negative about this shit and be like, man, they got a better one than me. Fuck them. Like, fuck this shit. Or I could just be like, man, this is fucking dope. Go support it, and then it makes me want to do more. Like it made me want to do my own podcast after this to go like record and like make a video and shit and like actually do it nice, bro. So I love what you guys are doing here. Shit's like inspirational.
Appreciate it, bro.
Like that's why I fuck
bro.
with you too, bro. Cause you're someone that's like, it's trip. Cause like I said, I don't really know you too much. But the times that I've encountered you, you're someone that can like actually like articulate themselves or like talk about shit that they give a fuck about, or like or that they're feeling, rather than talk about like what you ate today type shit,
And even like, we started the last podcast on a fucking torta. You feel me? Like,
yeah.
And it's just.
Oh yeah, you did talk about it. You guys, I'm all bragging on what you guys talked about last time.
Jeez. Nah.
Fuck tortas, whatever.
Nah, but it's just like that, bro. Like I'm telling you, this motherfucker, like, you're the one that really, really, really reset the. I feel like you're the one that really put it down. You're like, oh, no, I want to do this, and I'm gonna go out and do this, and. Coming from me, where I just listened to a bunch of fucking podcasts. You feel me? I was just a big listener. I was just like, damn. And then I just genuinely love interviews. Like
Same.
me, I'm not the biggest fan of Tupac's music, but his interviews are like, to me, like you could give those shits to the aliens. You feel me? Like his interviews are just crazy amount of passion that he has. You feel me? And I feel like music does something to us, but conversation and seeing very, very well thought out conversation being put together. That shit's like, I don't know. To me, it does something. You feel me? To me, it just gives me a rush. It's just like when you're talking to like either like a like older or like a grandparent or like a brother, whoever it might be, someone that that's telling you something so direct, and you're just like listening to it. You're like, what the fuck? Like, okay, like.
Yeah, that's interesting because like I was listening to this guy talk about like how like when we're alone, like you want to be by yourself, and like a lot of times you let fear kind of like guide you into what you're gonna do. Like in life, like. You don't want to talk to other people because you're afraid to go talk to them and shit like that, or like you don't want to do extra things just because you're afraid of it, and like you let like fear guide your whole life and shit, and it's just like it's not the right way to go about shit, honestly. And like a lot of times, like when you face that fear and like get the fuck out of it, like doing this, like she had me nervous as fuck to come do it, and I do podcasts every week, but to do someone else's and like kind of get out of my bounds, like it was like should I do it? You know what? Fuck it, let me go try this out. I'm already loving it, you know what I'm saying? Like it's actually really dope.
You feel me? And that's crazy how that you talk about like life in a fear-based, because we do live life like that. You feel me? We live life off of fear. You feel me? And I fucking, when you meet someone that just doesn't give a fuck about anything, that just like doesn't show fear towards anything, you're like, what the fuck? That's crazy, right? It's inspiring. That, and you're like, what can I take from this person to be more like that? You feel me? To be more fearless. You feel me? Genuinely fearless, like not just a tattoo we're gonna put on ourselves to look cool. You feel me? Like genuinely fearless towards everything. You feel me? Towards expressing yourself, towards anything, any type of fear you've ever had. You feel me? Like being creative, fear of neglect, fear of negative comments towards you. You feel me? I could easily been like, what if they hate on it? You feel me?
Yeah.
Also, I found out that I have the ugliest voice of all time.
Yeah, I feel you.
And
I think I have a retarded laugh. Like I feel, you know what you mean.
I'm telling you, like I was just like, yo, my fucking voice is hideous.
Yeah.
And I was just like, you know what? That's okay. Like I'm gonna find it more and more.
Yeah, throughout time.
I'm gonna find my voice more and more, and it's always gonna be fucking hideous. Like I can never change my voice, and I just have to learn. I love my voice. You feel me? I sound like my dad, and my dad is like has the most authority over like everything in a very good way. You're gonna hear my dad. It's not that he's like a dick or anything. It's just you will hear my dad. If he has some shit to say, you're gonna hear him. And I think I take over that, and then these fools sound exactly like me.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I love that, but yeah, I've heard it multiple times over what I did over the last pod. Like, yo, your voice is ugly.
Yeah. Whoever sending sending my boy messages saying that his voice sucks, you need to suck a dick. All right, his voice is perfectly fine. My boy, he could sing high notes if he really wanted to. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, bro, and it's not even. And I'm telling you, it was just like, yo, your voice is like. But same thing, just fucking finding this shit, and even if I don't conquer it, you feel me?
Yeah.
If I could pronunciate the shit that I want to pronunciate fluently, that's all I give a fuck about.
Yeah.
Fuck my voice.
Mm-hmm.
I want to just pronunciate every single fucking word, letter, everything I gotta do. If I could say that shit fluently, and I could connect to people, fuck what my voice sounds like.
Yeah.
I'm not rapping. I'm not a singer. You feel me?
Yeah. To tie back to that whole fear thing, like being alone thing that I was talking about, like when you have people around you too, or like people that you kind of like I would say maybe idolize or even just look up to, and like maybe you want to make them either like a peer or like someone that you just kind of like a role model kind of thing, you know? It inspires you more, even if it's just your homie. Like if you have a bunch of homies who are on the right path, like doing shit that's gonna be positive, you know, or like some kind of like the goals don't even have to line up. When you see people work hard, or you see people like do some shit they really love, like that shit's inspiring. Like that shit makes you like, honestly, it makes me want to like get the fuck up and go do some shit, you know? Like today, like I was just like I was laying in bed, like I have my days, you know, where I'm like having shitty ass days, bro. Yeah,
we
like,
all do.
And I'm like I'm so hard on myself because like I expect myself to be so like
everyone else, productive and on IG, 6 a.m. You feel me? Get it cracking, fit, you know, gym, and you know, this motherfucker was huge at a point.
Yeah. So
this
like,
fool was huge.
It's been troubling for me. I mean, like,
and I'm not saying you will probably you body me right now, but that's not what I'm trying to say. What I'm saying is just like, you feel me? I get what you're saying.
I've had to change my like view on myself like multiple times throughout like 2-3 years. Honestly, it's kind of insane to me, like. Because I like would identify with stuff,
but also,
and then later
bro,
on I don't, you know.
But also, bro, it's that you're growing.
Yeah, exactly.
You're growing, bro. It's not really that you feel me. It's just you're growing. You're getting older. You feel me? Like, and it's not necessarily that like that it's a bad thing or you're changing. Yeah. It's just you're growing, bro. We're getting older. We don't want to either deal with shit or sometimes it's just growing, bro.
It's hard though too, because sometimes when you're like aging and you're growing up, like the growing part can be getting out of your old comfort zones, and that part can be a little troubling. Like that part can be like, well, I'm so used to this, like I want to do my old shit, you know, like I used to hang out with the homies, do this, you know, and like not being able to do that in the future kind of like it changes things up, you know, like in your head, but like it's for the better a lot of times, you know, like everything that you do in the future is like for the better and shit, but like there is a point where you're kind of like struggling with it. You're like, man, like I don't know if I could do this, like go forward and shit, but like I feel like at a lot of the times too, like being alone helps me a lot because like it makes me think like, all right, like I can't like, I don't know how to explain this. Like I can't really depend on other people. Like I only have myself. Like living alone has given me so much, right? Because like some days where I'm like feeling like shit, super bummed out, you know, like not wanting to do shit. Like I have to get up and go to work. Like I have to go
the bills
get my
get
shit
paid.
together. Yeah, bills have to get paid. So like it kind of like has taught me a lot to be like, man, we're adults now, and like this is a point of time where like you don't have nobody to fall back on really. Like you only have yourself to fall back on, and like your family and like everybody there, like they can be there to support you a bit, but like you don't want to have them going through your struggles, or you don't want to, like me, I don't want to have anybody worry about my struggles. Like you know what I'm saying? Like I don't even want my parents to think about like that I'm going through a struggle or going through a hard time, because in their eyes, like I want them to be like, oh, he's good, like he has himself taken care of, you know, like I don't have to worry about him. Like maybe I have to think about the other kids, but like for him, like I know he's gonna take care of himself and do his thing.
In a sense, though, that's fire. Like if you, that's fire. That's like for many parents to have that sense where they could look at a child. And I'm not a parent, but I feel like my mom really, you know, put that in and like indoctrinated that into me. Like if you're able to have that peace of mind with your child, like that's a privilege for some people, and that's meaning you've been doing good. You moved out. You feel me? You moved out. You got your career going. You're doing what you want to do in the fields you want to do. You're doing what you want to do. Like, a lot of parents either have to visit their kids in jail for fucked up reasons, or just a lot of parents have to be like, yo, like I have to always worry about this motherfucker, like.
Yeah.
So
it's hard though, cause like sometimes you expect yourself to have been somewhere, right? Like have you guys seen that new movie Soul?
I watched last night. I watched like 35. I watched like 35 minutes of it. I watched just to the point. To where he's about to go back as a cat, I think.
Oh yeah. Okay. That's the part where it kind of lost me too.
I watched just to that point, and honestly, just to that point, I was kind of like fucking Disney, like capturing like the before and after. Like, who the fuck even like
thinks about this?
Who the fuck even thinks about this and animates it to what this is? Yeah. You feel me? Because like, bro, we think about death and before death all the fucking time.
All the time.
At least I do. You feel me? Especially this year where especially 2020, where just so many either good people or everything, just so much shit happened. You feel me? And then I feel like a lot of good people were lost last year.
For sure.
So I think of it as in the sense where I'm like, well, just like MF Doom. You feel me?
I know, dude. That was so crazy. Like MF Doom died, and then like, but you know what I really liked about the MF Doom? Like not liked about his passing and shit, but like his wife ended up. Like they did it on their own terms. Like they didn't have a fucking media outlet like coming and being like, "Oh, he fucking died like Kobe." Like that was fucked up. That was like, oh yeah, like yeah, like that was so motherfuckers were taking pictures like exactly of the plane and shit.
That's so crazy to me, bro. Like even like what type of despicable person are you, like to look at like a dead body, and like I'm gonna take a picture for some fucking for TMZ or whatever the fuck it is. Like, are you kidding me, bro? Like, bro. I feel like I'm not that great of a person. You feel me? I'm a shitty person, but I will never do some shit like that just because like that's just so wrong. You feel me?
Some people are just like, especially with celebrities, I feel like they feel like, I don't know, like some bounds. Are like with human, they just like cut it off. Like
they cut it off, yeah.
You know, because it's like, oh, it's like this person that like is held on such a high pedestal. He's more of like a figure rather than like a person.
Than a human body. You feel me? Than a human soul. You feel me? Yeah.
So to go back to what I was saying about Soul, like Soul is fucking cool because like it's another movie about like trying to get to your goal and to your dreams, and like you can fail at it. Like I've seen like a couple people make examples. Sorry about that. They'll be like. That's all good. They'll be like, Soul is kind of like that movie where it'll tell you, like, it's fine to not always reach your goals. Like, sometimes it's cool, like, that you don't get there, you know? Like, life is still fine without it, you know? And, like, you don't have to, like, live your whole life and then, like, beat yourself up if you don't attain that goal, you know? Because life is more than that goal, you know? It's other things. And, like, the beauty of that movie is that, like, you can get so caught up in chasing your dream and like finding your goal that you lose complete sense of like the good things that are in your life. You know what I mean? Like me, I do this shit all the time. Like I'm telling you, like I held myself to a high standard. Like I'm always beating myself up. But then like when I really take the time to like think about the shit I have, like I have a girlfriend that like fucking loves me. She's super down for me. Like she does anything for me. Honestly, like I love her. Like she's dope for me. You know. And then like my dog. This was a dumbass. I hate him sometimes, but like he's so cool. Like I love this too, you know, and like little shit like that, bro. Like shout out to boy Ollie. Honestly, he's probably at home right now, sad as fuck because I left him. Oh shit. Yeah, he's sad as fuck right now. But yeah, like shit like that, man. Like you can just get so lost that you don't even like appreciate the trees. Like today, literally, bro. Maybe it's because I did mushrooms, but like I was folding the blanket, and I was like, damn, I've never seen this fucking pattern on the blanket before, you know, just because like. I'm always just so, like, looking at the next thing. Yeah, like, oh, this is a chore. I have to fold this blanket. Rather than, like, oh, man, I get to fold this blanket today because I'm alive. Like, you know what I'm saying?
And then I'm going to be able to be warm at night with the fucking blanket. You feel me? Same thing. Well, going right back to that, like, we'll be so caught up in bullshit and, like, shit like that, with little things like that, which just makes you grateful for shit. You feel me? The other night, fucking beer.
Salud.
Thank you, bro. The other night, for New Year's, my parents had already gone up to sleep, and downstairs it was just literally me, my brother Steven, my brother Waldo, my brother Ale, and then his son Gio, and it was just us five. And I looked at us and I was like, damn, this is a starting five. You feel me? Like,
it's a starting five.
You feel me? And I'm just like, to me that's dope because I'm just like, I appreciated that because I was just like, one day, you know, God forbid, this is not gonna be here no more.
No, yeah.
This house. This fucking environment is not gonna be here no more. You know, these people, you know, everything around me is not gonna be here no more. I'm not gonna be here no more, and I'm just like, let me be grateful for this.
Yeah.
And as I gotten older, I'm like, yeah, I want to be more successful, and I want to do all this shit, and I want to have all this shit, and I want to have the fucking flyest car and the flyest shit, and yeah, I want all of that. But beyond all that, I want to be more grateful every day.
Same.
So I'm not gonna lose myself over successes and over riches and over all the bullshit. You feel me? Like I want to be grateful every fucking day of the year,
Yeah.
every single day. You feel me? Every single day I'm able to be here. I want to be grateful. Because fool, how many people post up rest in peace this person or bro, if I would have one more last conversation with you, like
Yeah.
you feel me? Like
Yeah, it's tough, especially when someone passes, because then you're like, I think that makes you realize, like, everything that I could have done, I didn't do, you know, or, like, little things, I think you start to, like, really hold those things on yourself so much more, because it's, like,
yeah.
you'll never see that person again, you'll never
Yeah.
be able to, like, interact with them that way that you did, you know?
When crazy straight just fucking going off of that, one thing my older brother told me, which is crazy, like he always fucking when he learns a lesson, he'll spread it. You feel me? And he was like, yeah, I was recently at a close friend's funeral. Not one of his relatives passed away, unfortunately, and he was just like the pastor. Usually, he was more than just a pastor. This dude was actually preaching. You feel me? He said something where he was just like, I didn't know this lady. You feel me? Like I didn't know her. You know, I could stand here and she was amazing. Whoopty whoop whoop. I didn't know her, but one thing I can tell you guys that's all here is that, yo, all we want to do is we want to make the most beautiful casket. We want to have the most elegant fucking funeral, and that's all well and amazing. And if you're able to do that, great. But for the people that still have that person, like, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing for that person today? You feel me? Like, yeah, we want to do all these nice things when they're gone, but today, you know, did you yell back at your mom today? Like, did you tell your dad you don't want to do something today? Did you tell your brother like that you were too busy today? Like, and that's one thing I took from that, and I was just like, damn, what a good fucking lesson.
Yeah.
Like, what a good fucking lesson. Like, and I took that, and I was just like, shit.
Bro,
Things like that just moved me. Like things like that,
yeah.
where I was just like, that was so real.
But
Because
man, even on the New Year thing, like how you're saying, like how you guys were all together that day, like that's unique. Like not every family is like that, bro. Like
Bro.
I'll tell you, me, like I spent New Year's like with my girlfriend and two friends. You know, like I don't hang out with my siblings like that. Like they don't all talk to each other like that. We're all like disconnected in a way, you know, and like
Yeah.
they don't really have like genuine conversations with each other. It's more like
that's crazy. Yeah.
like I've always been like, well, at least it's felt like this. Like I've always been like the one to kind of connect each of them, you know, like to
Yeah.
kind of like, well, I talk to you, I talk to you, I talk to you, but then you guys don't talk to each other, kind of thing, you know.
Yeah.
So it's like I've always been like that person that's like in the middle,
that's
you
good,
know,
bro.
and like it makes me want to like pull myself away from that shit, you know, too, because like I appreciate when people have a close family or they have that love with their family and shit, because it's like it's different, bro. I've never really. And I don't want to say I've never experienced that, because I love my family and I know they
Yeah.
all love each other and like they still down for each other, but like sometimes I think like little things in life, like I don't know what it is, bro. Honestly, like sometimes I feel like little things in life, like you hold to a high standard, and if someone else doesn't hold it to that high standard, then it doesn't really matter to them, you know. Like they
Yeah.
kind of push it off to the side, and like family is a little bit troubling sometimes too, because family, you can disrespect a family member and feel like that's okay. Rather than
Yeah.
a friend, you would probably disrespect your brother way more than you would ever me. You know what I'm saying? Because it's your brother. Like,
Yeah.
your brother's cool with it. He'll be fine with it. Like, you guys
Yeah,
know
he's
that
gonna
you
get up
just
and
have
talk
that
to me
bond.
tomorrow. Yeah.
Yeah, and then, like with someone else, it's just different, you know? So, like, I think that can fuck you up, too, sometimes, because it's, like, you don't really look at your brother as, like, a person sometimes, because you just look at him as your sibling. Like, it's,
Yeah.
like, even though that's, like, the same shit, you know, it's so much different, because, like if you're looking at them as like a sibling, I don't know, man. Like, cause sometimes like I would have like arguments with my brothers in the past or like my siblings, and I'd be like, I would never talk to anybody else like this or ever even think about doing this shit to them, you know? Cause I have a respect for them, and like it's not even that I don't have a respect for my siblings. Like, it's just like when you live with someone and you're so close, like it just changes bounds, you know? And like
Yeah.
it kind of
Yeah.
like blurs the lines in between stuff.
I fully understand what you're talking about, and like it's full. You feel me? And it's dope. You feel me? And I want you to continue to be that person to maybe pull the strings together for everyone to kind of stay intact. And that's one thing that I don't want you to think that after this, me and my brother are just gonna hug each other and just say, "Yo, I love you, bro." Like, we're not like that, bro. We are not like that. Like, dog, we are the farthest thing away from that. But we show each other that we fuck with each other when it matters.
Yeah.
When it really genuinely fucking matters. Like, whenever we're going through some shit, like, I'll help you. You feel me? Like, it's not like we're not on Instagram posting, but yeah, we love each other, bro.
So, what do you think that's like? Like growing up, have your parents always instilled that in you guys? Like made it be like, hey man, like go hang out with your brothers, or like go do this with your brothers. Is it just kind of like you guys would be alone and kind of like connect with each other?
Fool, honestly, I think it's that I want to say it's just the fact that it's 4 guys and we're all 4 to 5 years apart. So it's like it perfectly connects with the experiences to each other. So like if my brother was going through some shit throughout high school or something, well, my other brother Walter would have already learned it because he was 4 years.
And like he's barely going through it, and the other one already knows and
so
shit.
When Walter was going through, then I kind of learned from what his mistakes were, and then from his mistakes. So now Steven's like, okay, I learned from this was mistakes, I learned from this mistakes, and I learned from this was mistakes. And I'm not putting any more pressure on him than any of us. But what I'm saying is just like, we've had this beautiful map in front of us.
Yeah.
You feel me? From my parents to my brothers, like, and I swear it's not on no, and you know, it could be on corny shit. I'm not taking anything away from people that have these love you brother and tag you. You know, I'm not taking away from anything from that. But just we're just simply not like that. But I fuck with that though, because when some shit happens, we're really real with each other. Like, oh shit.
Like that's what matters, right? Like
that's what fucking matters. That's exactly what matters, and that's what. I'm just blessed. You feel me? I'm so grateful I have that. So fucking grateful I have that, and I'm just blessed to have that, bro.
Yeah.
Because it's never on no corny shit, but it's always like, yo, like same thing. Who the fuck is recording us right now? Like,
yeah,
brother, this was getting down. He does a lot for me. He does a lot for all of us. You feel me? Like,
and it's like cool because like even through time, like you can make. Well, I mean, at least me personally in my life, like since like I said, I'm not so close to like family and shit like that. You know, like I even stray away from going to family events, or like we don't have family events. You know what I'm saying?
That's
like
crazy,
we're not like that. Like we're like I think that's maybe why I am the way I am. You know what I'm saying? Because like I like to be introspective and like with myself, but then I also like to be with friends and like have a good time with friends. You know, and I'm always trying to like do the most, have a good time sometimes, you know, like, and I overextend myself a bit to have a good time with friends, you know, and like I really feel like it's just like everybody, I mean, people make time and they have money for what they want. Like I always say this, like people have time and money for what they want.
Exactly.
If they don't want to spend it on like with your friends, they don't want to spend it, you know, like, and I don't push it on no one. I don't make it like a thing for no one, you know, like. If you want to come have a good time, come. Like, you're going to get more than what you give half the time if you come with me. Like, that's just how I feel. That's just the way, you know, like, I just, like, if you don't have enough and you want to come, like, still have a good time, like, put in a little bit, like, you know, like, put in a little bit and we'll have a greater time. Like, I just love when people, like, contribute even when they can't, like, because, like, when you can't contribute, but you want to give in another way. Like, you give in different ways, you know what I'm saying? And, like, that's all that matters. Like, I don't know, like, a community effort to me is, like, so cool, you know? And, like, it also can be a little troubling because, like, so many different views, so many different opinions, and, like,
but that's what
contrast, you know?
But I think that's the beauty of it. You feel me? The community effort when it's just, like, so many different fucking perspectives are coming into it.
Yeah.
And I think that's the beautiful part of that. We're able to understand each other and not necessarily agree with each other.
Yeah.
We don't gotta agree with each other. Like me and you are never gonna agree with every single fucking topic we have. You know? But just having a conversation, having a dialogue. You feel me?
Yeah. Like, why don't you agree with this? Or like, why do you feel this about this? You know, like or especially right now. I mean, like your shit says a bunch of stuff that's gone on this year, like racism, hatred, ignorance, police brutality, and injustice. Like that's such common themes throughout. Like. I would say 2020, hopefully not in 2021, you know?
Yeah.
I kind of forget, bro, that we're in a new year. I think this is the first day of the year? No, second day,
right?
Of the year. Yeah. I forget, bro. Like,
here,
it's so weird. Like, it's like when you're in class and you have to write on the paper and shit. Yeah, that should be fucking you up.
At work, I have to do a daily log of my shit. I'm going to be fucking up for the next 3 months. I'm going to be putting 20.
Yeah, same, bro. So, it's like, like shit like that's happened throughout the year, and like man, I'm hoping that shit does not happen no more. But that's unrealistic, you know, like unrealistic to think that that shit's never gonna happen again. You know, like shit like this is gonna keep happening, and like it's just about like fuck, because everybody's different, dog. Like I mean. Yeah. Whatever life you can connect with and make a difference with, or like even kind of like open them up to different ideas, like that's solid as fuck. Like to me, like with the podcast, the whole reason I do it is like I know I don't have like the best ideas or like the smartest ideas or even I have like the best opinions on things sometimes, you know, like I want to change my shit up and I want to have like different people tell me like why they think this, and then let's talk about it. Like, why do you think that? You know, like what is it that made you think this? Is it something in your past that you had a past experience? You know, or
past
that like
trauma, past
yeah,
lesson,
exactly,
anything?
exactly, like something that'll make you be like, nah, I would never do that. But then when like tides change, like you will do it. You know, because bro, there's so many things that I said as a kid that I would never do. Like I've never smoked weed, shit like that. You know, like never be a stoner. Like, but look at me now. Like I smoke weed. Like I work for a dispensary. Like it kind of like has changed up my thought of life, you know what I mean? Like, it's just like, I try my best not to spit up in the air sometimes because I know that it can fall back and hit me in the face. That's pretty much what I'm saying.
Fucking
like,
amazing.
You know what I mean?
Amazing way to, like, amazing thing to, like, go off of, you feel me? Never even heard that before. Very good, amazing thing.
It's just because, like, I would do that shit in the past, bro. Like, I feel like I would be hard on people, like not either hard on people or like friends, especially when I was
expectations.
Yeah, when I was like in high school, like I was just, for example, like a phase in my life, like high school, like when I was going through high school, all I gave a fuck about was soccer. Like that's all I give a shit about. You know what I mean? Like
certified.
It's all I cared about. Like that's all I wanted to do, bro. Like literally my whole life. Like I came to a point to where like I would be so depressed at my house because like I didn't have much like growing up and shit. Like I didn't have much, you know. Like and I didn't identify with much either. Like I didn't have like
I'm this or
or my parents take me out to do this and like it's a good ass time, you know. Like I was always trying to like get away from shit, you know, and like little thoughts and emotions. So I would always try to like display it like physically, like. So that's why when I stopped playing soccer, I went into the gym and like had that whole battle, you know. But then like now like where I'm injured and I have like multiple injuries, like I can't do that, you know. So it's troubling to me because it's like. I've always like identified so much with what I can do with my body. Like now that I can't do much with my body, like I still can, you know, but like when I can't do as much or like I can't hold myself to that high like standard, like what do I think about myself, you know? And like that's been hard for me. I'll be completely honest with you. Like this last year, like I've had like hard times, like where I'll beat the fuck out of myself. I feel like, I don't want to be here and shit, you know? But that's, like, when I'm not, like, grateful and I'm, like, not present, you know? Because, like, that's, like, my goal of this year is two things, like, to be grateful for everything, like, a lot of the things that come into my life. Because sometimes I can get so lost in daily shit, like I said, like, and you don't, like, remember what the fuck's in front of you. And then to just be present. Like, present is, like, my second one. Because there's so many times that I get caught up doing some shit. And then I'm, like, what the fuck? Like, my whole day's gone, you know, or this whole week's gone. 2020 is fucking gone, and I didn't even appreciate it half the time because I was looking to the next day, you know what I mean? Like, to feel better the next day and shit.
I think 2020 was just so hard to appreciate, though, because the next day didn't always come as the next day. You feel
exactly,
me? One day we had a curfew. One day this was happening. One day it was something else was happening. Like, it was just so much bullshit. But that's what I take from 2020. Like, I take... from last year, where it's just the fact where last year was supposed to be the year. If you asked me a year ago, 2019 was the year where I was just like, we'll be putting it all together. And 2020 was going to be the year of creation. 2020 was going to be my year of like, you know, expansion of like me getting it done. I didn't drop my first episode until January 1st of 2021. So you feel me? Like, this comes back to that where I'm just like, fuck it. Let me take this shit as a growing process. Let me take this shit as just everything in general. And I think, like, coming back to the whole fucking... My bad, I keep checking time, bro. Just trying to do fucking 30 minutes.
Yeah, it's about to be 30 minutes right now.
Oh, yeah. So, you know what? Let's phase off right now.
Yeah.
We're going to come back right now. Hit it hard right now. Come back. Cool, bro. Hell yeah.
Let's do this.
All right, cool. Let's get it. Bro, we back. Gonna vibe real quick. Rest in peace, MF Doom. All caps.
Shout out the boy.
You feel me, bro?
It's crazy. I didn't even like he's like another person. Like you don't really get to. You appreciate the beats and a lot of shit, but then like when you really think like, man, like this guy had like such an influence in the culture of like hip hop and like the beats and shit, like in creating like a different kind of style. Like, I mean, this is unique to me, you know, like someone that's like just like makes a lot of beat and like a lot of focus on the beat, and then like has like that flow that's not even like super overwhelming off the top. You know what I'm saying? Like it's more like chill and like telling a story kind of thing. Like how you said right now, like the whole like only in America you can make a buck while like having your brain on self-destruct or some shit like that, you know?
It's crazy, bro. Like, I think from the boom bap beats to just like the trickery that he would use, his rhyme schemes, like it's what hip hop is. MF Doom is what, you know, rap started on, and that's why it was such a big loss to rap. You feel me? Like it was just such a big loss to rap. And right now we're gonna get back into exactly what we were talking about and close that off. But we had to make a fucking little segment for MF Doom, bro.
Yeah,
like, we just have to, bro. It's just
shout out the boy.
It's just crazy, bro. I was going right into work and I just seen everything on Twitter drop, and I'm like, what the fuck?
Another person.
And it's not even that. It's just like to think, like, how did he do it? Like, was he like on his deathbed and like told his wife, like, yo, don't tell him, like, let the world know that they're not entering 2021 with me? Like how did that even come about, bro? Like,
yeah. Honestly, I could feel like, I mean, I'm sure she was like, fuck this, like, let's tell them when we want to tell them, you know, like whenever I'm done mourning or whenever, because like. One of the hardest things I thought about the whole Kobe Bryant thing was that like they didn't even let the girl Vanessa Bryant like mourn in peace. Like not. They kind of just like he died one day. That same day they were already like telling her. I think she found out because they ended up telling her and shit like that, like a news reporter. So it's like it's fucked up.
If I'm not like I may be wrong on this, but I think from how she found out was like through some TMZ bullshit,
right, or something?
Saying that Kobe had passed instead of saying like, yo, helicopter crash. Let her get the call.
Yeah.
Let her get the call saying, yo, your life is about to change, you know.
Media outlets are actually supposed to do that, I heard. Like, they're actually supposed to wait until someone's actually notified.
I think it's crazy because they passed a law. I think Gavin Newsom passed a law saying some shit like, yo, like, you have to, like, you can't just take pictures like that. You can't just do shit like that. You feel me? Not trying to be...
Yeah, this shit, because fuck that shit.
Because it's just bullshit, bro. It's complete bullshit because it's like, people should, if I have that privilege of not, yo, something happened, let me mourn this shit. Let me tell you on my own fucking terms. You feel me?
Yeah.
If I have that privilege, Vanessa Bryant has that privilege. You feel me? Like all those people have those privileges. You feel me? Like that's crazy to me. But going right back, just finishing off the shit we were talking about last segment. One last thing, just to carry on the whole 2020 and just everything in general. Like, said a lot of good shit, bro. I really, really dig the quote that you said. I'm not gonna spit above my face. Just
I'm not gonna spit in the air so it could hit me in the face. Later.
That shit was crazy to me. Like that's something I take little things like that, bro. And it's funny because I'm that type of person that will take the little things you said and just make them really, really like and just emphasizes them.
I'm the same way.
You feel me? And it's just the little things. You feel me? I'm not like I'll be big on the big picture, but to me it's just all the little shit. I'm like, because I could fit that, you feel me? I could fit that into my everyday life, you feel me? I could easily fit that, you feel me? Just closing that off, though, one thing, my older brother, Waldo, gets home from his girlfriend's house, and he had one very, very good thing to say. He was just like, gets home, and he's just like, yeah, everyone at my girl's house, like, celebrating and hugging and shit, and, like, 2021, whoopty whoop whoop. And my brother said one very interesting thing. He's like, and everyone trips out on me because they're like, hey, so you don't, like, really don't celebrate with your family? He's like, I mean, we do and shit, like, but like I just don't celebrate a new year like that. We didn't accomplish anything. It's just the fucking time going by. You feel me? It's just you feel me? There's nothing going on. Like, so he's just like I like to celebrate accomplishments. It's just like my brother just got his bachelor's and he's getting his credentials to start teaching. He's gonna start teaching in January. He's like, that's a big thing for him. I've seen him work day in, day out to try to get that. So he finally got that done. And he's like, I want to celebrate that. Like, that's my accomplishment. And same thing where I thought about that and I was just like, I think we emphasize the new year a little too much.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, we need to just like, okay, 'Cause he said something, and he said something so raw. He was like, if you're the same whack ass fool in 2020, you're gonna be the same whack ass fool in 2021.
Yeah.
And that's so like basic, but I took it as in like, if you're not gonna apply anything or adapt to anything in 2021, you're gonna be the same whack ass fool, like, right?
Exactly.
So and it's not even whack. If you're just the same lazy person that you were in 2020, or if you're not doing shit in 2020, you're not gonna do shit in 2020.
Yeah.
21. It's the whole mental process behind it, and that's the hardest part.
But you know what though? I do think that like a new year and like a new beginning of the date, like, cause sometimes even a new year, bro, it can feel like a fresh start. Like it kind of sounds ridiculous, but not like, but a new year sounds like a fresh start sometimes, and I think that's what kind of like people get a little bit of inspiration from. They're like, all right, you know what? This new year, let me start fresh. Let me start it from the bottom, you know. And like your brother, like it seems like his values are in different places, like places that matter more to him, you know, on like on shit that like you said, accomplishments. And then opposed to like other people, like it's like, all right, we made it out this year, you know what I mean? Like, because some people could be like, oh, like we made it out this year, thank God, like let's go on to the next year and like let's just be happy for life, you know, like rather than the accomplishments, like kind of thing, like kind of going back to the soul thing, like you're still celebrating like having made it through the year and shit like that, you know. So that's the hard part, like, because it's like I get what you mean, because it's like, oh yeah, because if you just think like, oh, I'm gonna celebrate the night and then go back to living the rest of my year the way I did the year before, like you're not gonna change shit. Nothing's gonna like develop for you. Nothing's gonna change, you know. So like I get where you're coming from with that, bro. Honestly,
and that's dope how you kind of gave me the other perspective of it, and that's still the perspective I carry on it. Don't think I'm over here just like solely no, absolutely no. I was still fucking. I still stayed up. You feel me?
You're still celebrating.
You're still celebrating, feel me? But like I took that from him, and I'm just exactly going back to those two little things. I took that from my older brother, where he told me the last thing, where he was like, be grateful, and I took that from Waldo, where he was just like, yeah, bro, we need to like stop having so much emphasis for this and have more emphasis for that. And I understood that, but the same thing is just like, bro, like I'm looking so forward to this year. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
I am. Like, I'm not. Yeah. Going back to what you said, I'm looking forward to this new year. I'm looking forward to a new president, and I'm looking forward to not having this fool in office no more. Even if Joe Biden might not be any better, I'm just looking forward to a new, change of that.
I forgot about that.
You feel me? Just because this fool hasn't even done anything, like he hasn't left, so it's like, what you gonna do? No, process kind of works a little faster than last time.
I forgot, honestly, because like, shit, that's like such a big. I mean, that feels like such a great achievement, right? Like just to get Trump out of the office.
You feel me?
I have a sticker on my car that says "fuck them both." You know what I mean? So it says "fuck them both" because it's like I don't have like any feelings towards either of them. I think they're both shit, you know. But like all I care about is I honestly just give a fuck about getting Trump out of there because Trump was just ridiculous to me, and like a lot of the shit he would say, honestly, made me want to slap myself in the face sometimes. You know, just like fool, what are you saying? Like, how are people like hearing what you're saying and being like, fuck yeah, like this guy, he got a point. You know what I mean? Like, how are you saying that shit? Like,
that's crazy. Bro, I relate to that so much.
Dude, this whole year I just been like kind of mind blown. A lot of shit though. Like, I mean, this year's been weird, bro. Cause last year's been weird. Cause like in the beginning of last year, I was tripping hella heavy on COVID. Like I was worried as fuck about COVID. Yeah. I was like, man, like. I always worried, like, are my friends wearing masks around people, like, you know what I mean? Or, like, are they taking care of themselves and shit? Should I not have them come over if they're not wearing a mask, you know? Like, I even took it to the point where I told a friend, like, hey, man, like, if you guys aren't wearing masks, like I don't feel comfortable with you coming around. And I felt so bad about that afterwards, you know? Because then I'm like, can I really do this? Like, should I really do this? Like, who the fuck am I to say this shit, you know? Like, everyone's going to have their personal opinions on this shit. So, but it made me, like, because I wanted to, like, accept them back in and be like, oh, you know, I mean, I'll think about this. I just started looking it up, like, hella heavy as fuck. And, like, my, like, point of view started changing on it. And I was like, you know what? Fuck it. At the end of the day, like, I can't worry about shit like that, you know? Yeah. Like, I got to get through this year however the fuck I can get through this year. Like, I can't keep constantly worrying about if I'm going to get exposed to this shit. Because then I'm not going to live the year at all. Like, and, like, that's, like, two different sides of the spectrum, you know? I know that sounds maybe, like, a little bit ignorant to some people, but then to others, it's like, oh,
they understand. Because someone like me is, like, coming from someone like me, like, fortunately enough for me, I haven't got it, but everyone around me has got it. You feel me? I was most worried when my mom got it, because my mom is surviving breast cancer patient.
Shit.
So like to me that was very big for me.
Shout out your mom.
You feel me? Shout out my shout out my mama. Hell yeah,
Mm.
shout out my mama. So that was very very big for me. But besides that, you kind of start seeing it, and you're just like, okay, it's yeah, we shouldn't be at no fucking party, and yeah, motherfucker, you should be cleaning your hands on a regular, and yeah,
Yeah.
all of that. Yes, wear your face mask. Like I am for that. But it's just the little things. Is just like I'm not gonna stop myself from living though.
Yeah.
You feel me? I'm still gonna do the things I want to do, just safer. You feel me?
Exactly.
Like just safer, just in
Yeah.
the safer bounds. You feel me? Like, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. At least I think so. But if fucking whoever the fuck thinks I'm wrong, that's cool. Like, hey,
Yeah.
if you think I'm wrong because I wanna like go skate and not have a fucking mask on, well, then I'm wrong. If you think I'm wrong because I wanna have this podcast and you not with a mask on, then I'm fucking wrong. That's fine with me. I'll accept that.
Yeah, and that's the shitty thing too, though. Sorry, that's the shitty thing too, though. It's just like then at the same time, bro. There's like another person, right? That like this fool has had 4 people in his family get COVID, and 3 of them died.
That's the hard part, bro. That's that's what's crazy about what's going on right now, because like for us, it's like we have that privilege of saying this, which but to someone else, like for instance, like Karl Anthony Towns, like the NBA player. He had 7 different people pass away like that were close to him. That's ridiculous. So just imagine to him, you cannot fuck with him with anything. You're just like, no, he's taking the shit the most serious.
Yeah, he even said himself. He was like, I think he said that he has changed the most this year. Like he's like the person that I was before is completely different than the person that I am now. And I was like, 7 deaths. I mean that changes you.
Changes you,
especially I think both of his parents passed away, right, or some shit like that.
I know for a fact
his mom.
Yeah.
But yeah, and the rest of it, fuck it. But
yeah,
no, I get what you mean, bro. It's just this year's been so heavy. Like honestly, the thing that's gotten me through the year to like kind of like not even think about shit like that has been tattoos. Like because I just been like taking advantage, like because I mean, fuck, everything closed down for a while, bro. Like, everything was shut down for a bit. I couldn't get no tattoos from nowhere. Like, all my favorite artists were, like, closed, you know what I'm saying? And then, like, throughout time, they'd be like, oh, I got my books open. I'd be like, fuck it, let me hop in. Like, right now, you know, people are down with money and shit. Like, I have money exactly for this. So, like, let me just hop in, you know what I'm saying?
Let's hop into tattoos, bro.
Yeah.
You're coming from gios, a fucking veteran, bro. OG veteran in the game. This motherfucker has everything and anything done. He has a lot of work, a lot of amazing work, bro. A lot of amazing work.
I got a fish. I got a fucking snake.
That snake is crazy, bro.
I got some shit on my legs too, but like, shit's too high up for my pants. I can't do it
right now. Veteran, bro. That, bro, crazy. So I have to. Did you know I jocked you?
No. Oh, I saw that. I saw the Pura Vida.
Yeah,
yeah.
So,
I don't give a fuck.
No, but besides that, like, I'm just saying, you feel me? But did Costa Rica, like, to you, did you find out at the same time that I found out about Costa Rica, like 2014 World Cup type thing? Where
no, so trip out, like Pura Vida. I just love that phrase.
I love that phrase too.
Yeah,
I love that phrase. I think
yeah.
it's just like it's so simple, so like it's simple, general, but it just says so much. And in the 2014 World Cup, when they went to the quarterfinals, that was one of my favorite World Cup teams, that Costa Rica 2014 team, because they beat England. You feel me? Like they got through that fucking group stage. Like they got into the quarterfinals. At one point on Earth, Costa Rica was the 8th best team on Earth. You feel me? That's the way I take my statistics down when it comes to the World Cup. I'm like, nah, if you make it to the quarterfinals, you're fucking legit.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So that's where that phrase started popping out a lot, and I was just like, yeah, that's a beautiful fucking phrase. And that's when I seen that this fool straight got blasted on his stomach. Like, that shit looks intolerably fucking painful. You feel me? Like, dude, this is the worst pain I've ever got. The ones I got right here. Like, that shit was terrible. So I can't even start to begin to imagine what the fuck you've gone through, bro. Because
So, like, honestly, like, tattoos is dope because, I mean, you get, like, ink on you that, like, lasts forever, you know? But, like, the only thing is, like, it sucks. And everything sucks. Like, people always ask me, like, do tattoos hurt? And I'm like, fuck yeah, they hurt, you know? Like, they hurt. It's just, like, depending on where you get it, it hurts fucking more. Like my stomach fucking, there was not a second that I didn't hurt. Yeah, it didn't hurt or that I wasn't thinking about it. Like, I was literally, like, maybe because the guy that I was getting it from too, he had a little bit of a heavier hand than a lot of other artists and stuff. So like when he was doing it, bro, like I was chilling. Like I ended up getting half of it done because like at the same day I did I completed my knuckles and
Crazy.
shit. So I did my knuckles and then right after I did like the outline for my stomach, and we got like for my stomach we got like maybe like a letter and a half in, and then we just like next time I went back in, we went to go like reshade everything. Crazy. And like, bro, he was like at one point like shading the top like the top letter, and like I sat down and like chilled, and then like I just started seeing like blood ooze from it, you know, to the bottom and shit. So my whole stomach was like full of blood and stuff, and like the whole time I was kind of like it felt like someone was ripping into my gut kind of thing, you know. So like it's super painful, but like at the same time I had to zone out and like
I was about
through it, you know.
What was your mental process while getting it done? Because
oh my God.
I feel like I'm almost like if I'm doing a tattoo for a specific reason, I'm almost like in tune with it. So are you the same way, or like what? How are you to deal with as many tattoos as you've gotten? Like how do you deal with it, bro?
Honestly, bro, everything's. I mean, like you have shit that I think seems meaningful. You know what I mean? Like your tattoos seem like they have a meaning to everything you've gotten so far. Like me, I'll be honest, not everything has a meaning. Like a lot of it's like aesthetically pleasing that I like and shit. Cause I just like, I like tattoos. I like the way it looks. Like I love, like that's why I got plugs now. And like I'm trying to like, I'm going for that look. Like that's just me, you know, like this kind of alternative like look and shit. Like even though everybody has plugs now and like everybody has tattoos and shit, like I personally think like everyone does have tattoos and shit, but they don't have tattoos like me. Like I just that's how I feel. Like not everybody has tattoos like me because I'm getting it from like I'm looking up my artists, like making sure that I'm finding like cool ass artists, you know, and like people that I like actually like admire their work and shit, you know. So like a lot of times I'm like, oh well, fuck it, I just got to get through this because this piece is like a dope ass artist that's like blessing me with this shit, you know. Like for my hand, for example, like this guy is legit and like. A lot of times too, like I try to talk to them and shit, and like actually like get to know them, because then it helps me like get through the actual session.
Yeah,
you know?
no, I love talking about fucking is talking through tattoos.
Yeah.
My personal tattoo artist that I've been getting done is Jones on Old Memories Tattoo Shop at Riverside Ave. Hella cool person, but he does just not. He's an older dude, and he's just not as talkative. But hella cool. Nothing. Yeah. Shout out to Jones, monster. I'm gonna need a tattoo ASAP.
Some people like to get to their work though. Like I feel
I know, but that's exactly what I'm saying. Like he's just not that talkative. But I remember getting my leg, the upper kneecaps done, and some lady was in there about to get tattooed, and she was just talkative, and I was like, I went from having my headphones on to like, what are you doing today? Like, oh hell yeah! Like you fucking you going to Ralph's today?
Yeah.
Shit, that's cool. Like, cause I think just to me, like I'll deal with it to a certain extent. I'll deal with it like I'm getting this specific work done, and I'm dealing with it one on one. Like I'm really thinking about why I'm getting it done, and like especially with the pain, bro. Like it just fucking hurts so much that it just makes you think so much. Like what the fuck? Why am I even doing this? Like,
do I really want tattoos? Like should I really even do this shit?
Or it just makes you think so much. And at one point, I like to not think, and I like to like if someone is having dialogue with me. Like I remember that one specific lady, like she just wanted to fucking talk. Yeah. Like you could tell she just wanted to talk, and I was just, oh, you want to talk? What are you doing today?
Yeah,
you feel
exactly.
me? Like, cause like at that point I was already over it, and I was just I'm fucking like I just need to like have this comfort of whatever dialogue is like happening here. Yeah. And it ended up being like she was the nicest older white lady that was getting some like crazy ass shit on her hand because something about her like her fucking her husband or something like that, some crazy shit like that. Oh, that's cool, but that's dope though. You feel me? Like the amount of work you have done, bro, it's ridiculous.
Yeah,
bro. Like,
I honestly like. I mean, I don't have like a crazy amount of work like done yet. I still have like, I actually have like 6 I think appointments scheduled already for this year. Yeah, I'm gonna get like 2 head tattoos for sure. Like I already have them booked. I'm trying to get a 3rd head tattoo. Like I want to get like a tiger on one side, a Black Panther on the other side, and then I'm gonna get like some big lettering in the back right here over my head. I want to get it to say, have you seen that Teach Peace thing? No, it's like it says Teach Peace, but the EAC are like combined, so it's like T and P, and then the EAC, and then the H, and then the E. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Watch. I'll even show you. I'll try to show you the picture, but it's dope. Like I just want to get that blast out in the back of my head. Like fire. A lot of it's like I have a goal for it to look how I want, you know? So I'm going to get through the pain regardless.
Yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like when I started my stomach, like I was like, oh, I want it to look like this, you know? So when I started doing it, I was like, I have no other way but to fucking go completely into this and dive into it. Like I can't stop and be like, hey man, like I'm good. I don't want to finish it, you know? And like have like a half-ass tattoo on my stomach. Like, and I even met people
I've seen
like that week of that have half tattoos, and I'm like, nah, I can't do that. Like,
I've seen that before.
Yeah.
I've seen that before, and I'm like, what the? Why would he even think
Just
of doing
go.
that?
Yeah.
I'm like, just get it done, bro. You're really rocking it like that?
Exactly.
Like, that's crazy. We both know people.
Yeah.
Where when you're saying that, I'm like, bro, I was trying to cut you off, and that's one thing of learning about potty, because like, you can't cut motherfuckers off. But that's one thing that, like, yeah, bro, I share the same experiences where you meet someone and like, yeah, dude, I have, and you know what's funny? It's always like some shit around here.
Stomach.
It's like, yeah, bro, almost got this done, dog. I'm about to get this done, and I'm like, bro, you've been getting that done for like 3 years now.
Exactly.
But I understand.
Yeah, exactly.
But that's why I'm not even diving into nothing right there right now. I like, all right. Before I explain myself, what are your favorite tattoos that you got? Like if you could pick 3 favorite tattoos.
If I was to choose 3 favorites, let's see. For sure, one would probably be this Death Moss right here. Fire. Death Moss is fire. Like I just like the guy. He's fucking dope. He did this on my hand too, and the placement's sick. Like the way it is.
I love that placement.
And then I like my hand too, because the hand is just like I was always like, I don't know if I want a hand tattoo, you know. So like it was like troubling for me to actually like go through it and get it, but I really like it honestly. And like he's fucking dope. Like he's a dope artist. He has like so much sick work. He even he did a collaboration with the TUK. I don't know if you know what TUK is. It's like the shoes. It's like creepers and stuff like that. So it's like they have like a big bass at the bottom. It's more like a punk kind of shoe.
Like you would see my ska shows and
exactly,
shit.
Shit like that. He's fucking sick though. He does his own thing like that. And then maybe like the third one, it would either be like the Sakyant tattoo I have on my neck.
Crazy.
It's all like a stick and poke tattoo. It's like all like a big one, but it's all stick and poke. Like it's literally someone just like sat there and like dotted dot. You know, like if you go look into it like really closely, you could see every dot. Yeah. That one was cool because just the process and like the meaning of it. Like it has like a meaning. Like every symbol means something. It's like sacred geometry that kind of like protect you and create a spell. Fire. And then the other one probably be my stomach, because like my stomach was just like
big.
It's so big. It looks nice. I love the way it looks. Honestly, now it was like, and it was the hardest thing I've ever had to get through. Like I'll be honest, like that shit was like hands down the hardest shit I had to get through, bro. Like I was kind of like halfway through, I was like, fuck, like do I really want this shit? But like I already. That's my goal. Like, it's what I want, you know? Like, like for the rest of the year, like, I have big plans for tattoos this year. Like, that's like some of my shit, you know? Like I said, I'm going to get my head done this year. I'm getting a couple tattoos on my head. I'm planning on starting my whole back this year. I want to go my whole back all the way down to my butt. So do like my butt cheeks too, which is going to fucking suck dick. I already know. But it's like something like I said, like, I want to get it done. So I want to get through it. You know what I mean? And, like, I'm kind of just, like, planning other pieces out. Because, like, with my arm, like, I don't have shit on my right arm. But I'm low-key planning on getting, like, a full Japanese sleeve all the way up to my chest. Crazy. I'm just waiting on the artist to hit me back up, pretty much. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, like, in my head, I already have, like, I have, like, sleeves planned out and shit like that. Like, this is my fuck-around leg. You know what I'm saying? Like,
we all have that fuck-around leg.
Yeah, like, this is my fuck-around leg. Like, I have, like, random... That's why I have my dog as the avatar on here. I don't know if you've seen that shit. I have a dog as the avatar, like... I have a bowl of ramen noodles with waves inside of it, like shit like that, you know? And like, my goal is like just to get like cool pieces, bro. Cause like honestly, it's so weird. Like through time, like my view of tattoos has changed a bit. Like before, I used to be like, oh, like tattoos are cool and shit. Like they're dope as fuck. I love the way they look. Like it doesn't even matter what tattoo you get, like who it is. Like they just look cool and shit. And then like now I'm like, this shit's gonna be on you forever. Like you gotta make sure.
Fucking say something.
And it has to be fire. Like I always make sure like the artist is like I can say this, like honestly I can say this without like it sounds a little cocky and shit, but like I pay good money for my tattoos.
But you could tell, bro. Like you feel me? Like you will see people that are fully sleeved, and you're just like,
your tattoos are trash, bro.
I wouldn't even want to sleeve like that. Player, like if I'm gonna be fully sleeved, it's gonna look legit. And to me, just quick, like I feel like tattoos for me like do have to have some type of meaning, but also like, bro, like I want to get a bunch of like I have my fuck around like too. You feel me? Like
Yeah.
I have a bunch of the dumb little ideas, but I'm glad what I've been able to put on myself as of now have meant something. You
Exactly.
feel me?
Yeah. Yeah.
You feel me? And maybe later on I'm gonna like for instance the biggest tattoo thing I want to get done this year on my calf. I want to get done a brain.
Oh, sick.
It's a brain.
Just a
Because it's just, to me it's just like bro, like we need to value our brain more.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like bro, people don't have that, or people, you feel me, misuse it. Like I feel so I brain for sure.
Yeah, that's what I find so interesting too about like what people would decide to get tattooed, because it's like I mean, people have different levels of what they value shit, and then also like to get it inked on your body permanently is like
it's just a whole nother level.
Exactly, it's a whole nother level.
Dedication.
Exactly, and you have to be like committed to whatever it is, and like some people view it as like, man, like this is gonna be on me forever. You double think about it, like you're looking at it like, oh man, does it fit me right here, you know? And then like I think I've gotten out of that, and I'm like looking at tattoos in a whole different perspective, to the point where I kind of like, I love the art, I love the way it looks. Like I'm kind of more looking for like sick artists and collecting sick pieces. Like I have over $8,000 on me. Like
fire.
That's how I feel. You
fire.
know, like it's just
fire,
I have
fire.
over $8,000, and like
Fire.
that's just in tattoos, and like I'm pretty sure I've past that. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just like,
you don't even keep count anymore.
Yeah, like right now it's just like I don't even ask to like I don't care about how much they're charging me. Like I care about like how good their work is, like how good they are, like what they're gonna give me and shit like that. I make sure that their style fits what I want, like, and because I want so many different things, you know. Like I kind of grew up like looking at my brother get tattoos and shit, and I'm like, dude, your tattoos are dope, but like I want like sick shit on me, you know? Like I don't know how to explain it. Like it sounds so fucking lame and like shit. But
I feel exactly the same way. Coming from my older brother Waldo to him, like he's fully sleeved on both arms, and like he's gotten a lot of shit where I'm like, that's dope. But a lot of things where I'm just like, I when I started doing it, I was just like, okay, I want these specific things on myself to represent these things. You feel me?
Exactly.
And I think. Even I don't have much, but I love the fact that I do get complimented on like, hey, like that's dope, like what you got, like the smallest things, like, oh, that's a dope, bros, or you got this, oh, that's dope. Mm-hmm. The smallest things get complimented because they're just done correctly.
Yeah.
So I value good artists. I value the work. I value cleanliness during the tattoo. One, I value that so much, bro. Like cleanliness during the tattoo, just everything. Like if someone, the tattoo artist got to be, and I'm not saying I'm the most pickiest person, but I am. Relatively picky, you feel me?
Yeah.
And that's why I do go back to the same dude, Jones, Old Memories Tattoo Shop, just because very, very, very clean, very direct.
He's gonna get done right.
You know he's gonna get done right. Always got to shoot him. You know, you got to tip him. You got to tip your tattoo artist. You feel me? Tip your tattoo artist. Do not just fucking leave there with what they charge you.
Exactly.
Tip them. You feel me? Even if it's that. A 6-pack of whatever, bro. Just tip your fucking tattoo artist, please.
All right, you said get it at the end.
So bro, now I need Gio to blow his shit up. Gio, go on, throw on your IG, throw on your podcast, everything. Throw it on here, bro. Shout yourself out, bro, because you fucking deserve it.
So if you guys give a shit about what I had to say or my opinion, you guys want to hear more conversations with me and my friends, it's mostly a podcast of just like me kind of kicking it and like having a good time with friends. That's all my goal is, to have like a good time with friends. I try to do some that are a little bit more serious, other that are like just about MMA and sports and shit like that. But all of it at the end is really just trying to get like good conversations with friends. So my Instagram is What a Trip Podcast. If you want to go to like my personal page, it's Indigo Geo. Other than that, fucking it's on Apple, Spotify. You can go follow me on YouTube. For this year, I'm planning on having a lot more content for you guys, so check that shit out.
It, bro. A lot of more work. Hopefully, we could work more, bro.
Yeah, we'll do a swap cast or something.
Everything, bro. We gotta
work. I need to stop hitting this shit.
It's all good, bro. Hey, like, and your shirt says, bro, defund them, disarm them, everything, bro. Defund them, disarm them.
No masters.
You feel me? You know defund them, disarm them, and going back to everything, dog. Just thank you so fucking much for coming through, bro. Thank you, everything, bro. Like, you're one of the very first inspirations that I got for doing this shit. So I appreciate you having me on a couple months ago, bro. I'm gonna go hard, bro. Just like we're gonna go hard, bro. And you feel me? Like I don't give a fuck about anything else. I just want to make good quality content. Hopefully, I know you have the same vision as I do, bro. And we're gonna get it, bro. 2021 is not gonna be our year, but it's gonna be our year. You feel me?
I appreciate you, bro. Like I said, appreciate you guys having me on. I appreciate you, Doug. That was fucking dope.
Hell yeah, bro.
Cheers,
let's get it, bro. Hell yeah, let's get it, bro.
Yeah, fucking the best for Anze's life. This is gonna crack in the future. Stay tuned. We out.